Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Jamal Roberts, from small town dreamer to American Idol champion. When Jamal Roberts walked onto the American Idol stage for his audition, guitar in hand and nervous energy pulsing through his veins, few in the room could have predicted the historic journey that was about to unfold. With a voice equal parts raw soul and polished artistry, Jamal not only impressed the judges that day, he set in motion a story of resilience, hard work, and ultimate triumph that would culminate in him being crowned the winner of America's most beloved singing competition. Humble beginnings, born and raised in a modest neighborhood outside of Birmingham, Alabama, Jamal Roberts grew up surrounded by gospel, blues, and the kind of church music that shapes the foundations of countless Southern singers. His mother, a choir director, had him harmonizing at Sunday services before he could even properly spell the word choir. His father, a truck driver, instilled in him the values of persistence and humility, constantly reminding him that a gift is nothing without grit. Music was more than just entertainment in the Roberts household. It was a form of healing, a family bond, and a way of expressing struggles that words alone could not capture. Jamal often recalls nights when the power was out, but the family would gather around by candlelight, singing hymns in harmony to drown out the silence. Those moments, he says, taught him that music wasn't just something you performed, it was something you lived. The long road to Idol before American Idol, Jamal's life was anything but glamorous. He worked long shifts at a local auto shop to pay the bills, while performing at small bars, weddings, and community festivals on weekends. Some nights, after tuning up someone's engine all day, he would drive an hour or more to play for a crowd of 20 people. Still, those gigs were where he refined his craft, tested new songs, and learned how to command a room, even a small one. Friends and family encouraged him to audition for years, but Jamal hesitated. "I always thought people like me didn't make it that far," he admitted in a post-show interview. "I didn't come from money. I didn't have connections in the industry. But one day I realized the only thing standing in my way was fear." That realization pushed him to finally submit an audition tape for American Idol. Weeks later, he found himself standing before the celebrity judges, his nerves colliding with the weight of his dream. When he finished singing a heartfelt rendition of a classic Sam Cooke song, the room erupted in applause, and the judges unanimously sent him to Hollywood. The defining performances throughout the competition, Jamal Roberts proved time and again why he was destined for the spotlight. His voice carried the richness of R&B, the storytelling of country, and the edge of contemporary pop. He wasn't just a singer, he was an interpreter, taking songs people knew by heart and reshaping them into something deeply personal. One of his most talked-about moments came during the Top 10 week, when he performed a stripped-down version of Adele's "Someone Like You." Backed only by his guitar, he transformed the power ballad into a soulful lament that had the judges on their feet. Social media exploded that night, with fans declaring they had just witnessed the birth of a star. Another standout was his original song debut, "Broken Roads," a track inspired by his father's advice and his own winding journey. The song resonated with audiences across the country, quickly becoming a trending hit on streaming platforms even before the season concluded. Overcoming struggles winning American Idol wasn't without its challenges. Jamal openly shared that self-doubt often plagued him during the competition. In fact, midway through Hollywood Week, he considered dropping out after forgetting a line during rehearsals. But the encouragement of his fellow contestants and the judges reminded him that mistakes don't define an artist, resilience does. There were also financial hurdles. Unlike some contestants who arrived with stylists or elaborate wardrobes, Jamal borrowed clothes, jackets, and even wore a pair of scuffed boots that had belonged to his late grandfather. Rather than being seen as a disadvantage, however, his authenticity became part of his appeal. Fans connected with his humility and the idea that he wasn't just performing for himself. He was representing every dreamer who felt overlooked. The finale and victory. The finale was one of the most watched episodes of the season. Jamal went head-to-head against two equally talented competitors, delivering powerhouse performances that showcased his versatility. His final song of the night was Home Again, a tribute to his mother, who had passed away just a year before his audition. With tears in his eyes and emotion woven into every note, Jamal's performance became one of the most unforgettable in Idol history. When host Ryan announced Jamal Roberts as the winner, the room erupted. Confetti fell, the band played, and Jamal dropped to his knees, overcome with emotion. He wasn't just holding a trophy. He was holding the culmination of years of sacrifice, doubt, and perseverance. Life after Idol. Since his victory, Jamal has been preparing for the whirlwind that follows. He has already signed a record deal with a major label, with plans to release his debut album in early 2026. Producers who have worked with chart-topping artists are reportedly lining up to collaborate with him, citing his unique voice and authentic storytelling as qualities that set him apart in today's industry. Jamal has also announced plans for a nationwide tour, aiming to bring his music to both big cities and small towns, the kinds of places where he once dreamed of hearing his name in lights. "I don't want to just play arenas," he said in a press conference. "I want to go back to the communities that raised me. I want kids to look at me and say, if he can do it, maybe I can too." A new voice for a new generation. What makes Jamal Roberts' story so compelling isn't just his talent, it's his journey. He represents a new generation of artists who are breaking barriers of class, geography, and expectation. His rise to fame proves that artistry and authenticity can still shine in an industry often criticized for being manufactured. Critics have already noted that Jamal has the potential to reshape modern music by blending genres in fresh ways. His voice can glide over a soulful ballad, power through a rock anthem, or bring vulnerability to a stripped-down acoustic piece. In an era where music is increasingly about crossing boundaries, Jamal's versatility is his greatest asset. Inspiration for the future. For Jamal, winning American Idol is just the beginning. He often says that his real mission is to inspire others, especially young people who come from small towns or tough circumstances. "I want them to know that your past doesn't limit your future," he explained. "If you keep working, keep believing, and keep singing your truth, amazing things can happen." As he steps into his new chapter, Jamal carries with him not only the hopes of his own family, but also the admiration of millions of fans who see themselves in his story. His journey is a reminder that dreams aren't reserved for the privileged few. They belong to anyone bold enough to chase them.